In this next video, I'm going to show you how to add class periods as well as adjust your settings. So I'm going to click on Teacher and Settings. By default, you'll only have one class period active, but you want to create a section for every class period that you teach. Even if they're the same subject, I want you to create a separate class period so that you can sort your students. It'll make it easier. So let's say I teach physics first period, physics second period, and chemistry third period. Let's actually even say it's AP chemistry. Alright, so then you're going to go ahead and make sure that you've set them to active. The only difference between basic, standard, and advanced is that when I go and look at the dashboard, if you choose basic or standard, the last couple skills will be set to bonus in some of our courses. Alright, next for physics and physical science only, we want to set the notation. The notation actually really doesn't matter for most problems because most problems are phrased as word problems. However, for some of our preparation problems, I want you to make sure it shows the symbols most consistent with the way that you teach. Alright, then you can go ahead and adjust your value for gravitational acceleration, whether you want to use 10 or 9.8. You really want to make sure for notation and gravitational acceleration, you get these two right and don't change them during the year. Alright, for default course and default unit, this is what it's going to show when your students log in. So wherever you want them to land, we want them to always land in the right place so that they don't have to navigate around the site too much. So this third course that I selected, I'm going to change that to chemistry. You'll notice that right now we have two chemistry courses. If you haven't used the site before, we highly recommend the newer chemistry course 23-24. You can also set the units that they land on when they log in. And then finally, on the far right hand side where it says show manipulated equations, some of our courses have reference sheets, and when you show the manipulated equations, they'll add this extra column here, and this can be a real game changer for students who struggle with math, but if you select no, then this won't show up. Alright, one last thing on the settings is please scroll down and select whether you want your students to be able to enter their email. Our default is no because we collect as little information about students as possible, so please make sure that's okay with your school or district before you do so, as well as if you want students to be able to register with Google. However, please note that your system must explicitly list Positive Physics as an approved app, otherwise Google registration will not work for your students.